One day, my son Matt, when he was really little, he was trying on a green rubber Frankenstein mask. And I was watching from the doorway, and he pulled the mask down over his head, and then he couldn't get it off. And I was watching him. He was tugging and tugging, and I thought, what a great idea for a story. I should have helped him, right? I wasn't a good dad that day. I went and started making notes. That's how the original Haunted Mask was written. This new Haunted Mask story is about a girl named Luann who goes to her friend Polly's house for a really boring Halloween party. And she and her friends get so bored they go up to the attic and just to get away from the party. And they find this old trunk, and there are all these old masks and costumes inside the trunk. And so they put them on, and then they go back downstairs to scare the other guests. But Luann quickly finds out she has a problem with the ugly green mask that she put on. And this is part from this book. The voices faded into the background. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. That's why I hate reading. She's got the mask. She comes back. Sorry, I lost my place already. That's not good. The voices faded into the background. I suddenly felt a little scared. I could feel the mask moving, kind of changing. A heavy feeling of dread formed in the pit of my stomach. I didn't want to believe it, but the mask was growing warmer and warmer, and I could feel it shrinking, tightening to my face. I reached my hands up to my neck and searched for the bottom of the mask. I knew I couldn't tug it off from the top. I had to grab the bottom and slide it up. But wait, oh no, please, no. My hands fumbled at my neck. I slid them up, then down, then back up. Where was the bottom of the mask? I couldn't find the place where the mask ended and my skin began. The mask melted itself to my skin. My hands were shaking like crazy now. I felt the mask tighten some more. It was alive. The old mask was alive. I felt it moving, warming up, stretching itself, melting to my skin. Help me! The scream burst from my throat. Kids started to laugh. Everyone stared at me, laughing and joking. No, really, I really need help. This old mask, it's alive. More laughter. And suddenly my fear gave way to something else. Suddenly I was no longer terrified. Now I was angry. Now a burning, furious anger swept over me. I felt about to blow up. Yes, explode. Explode in screaming anger. I couldn't hold myself in any longer. An animal roar burst from deep inside me. A terrifying, menacing bellow of horror. So loud and furious, it even frightened me. I raised my eyes to the costumed kids in Polly's living room. They were still laughing. The idiots, the stupid jerks. They thought I was putting on some kind of show. I'll show them it isn't pretend. I leaped over the banister and landed on a boy in a mummy costume. We both toppled to the floor. I wrapped my hands around his throat and squeezed until he squeaked. Then I jumped to my feet. I lowered my shoulder and ran into a couple of girls. They fell backwards and slammed into a wall. I tossed back my head and let out another roar. Kids weren't laughing anymore. Now they were screaming. Now they were backing away in fright. Ha! I leaped up and ripped streamers off the ceiling. I knocked over a table and sent a lamp crashing to the floor. Stop, Luann, stop! I heard Mrs. Martin screaming. I grabbed a pumpkin pie off the food table and smashed it in her face. Then I hoisted up the food table in both hands and tipped it on its side. Kids screamed in terror. I saw a couple of girls run out the front door. I loved it. Holly's mom was still wiping pie off her face. I heaved a vase at the wall. She spun toward me and sprang forward, trying to tackle me. I dodged past her outstretched arms. I took a flying leap and dove right through the living room window. Glass shattered and crashed all around me. I landed on my knees. Then I climbed quickly to my feet and took off, roaring down the street, screaming like a crazed animal. Thank you very much.